All right. Ain't Got It Yet podcast, episode 103, right?
Yeah.
Episode 103. I'm Michael Flix.
Your auntie's favorite nephew. I go by Red as always.
Back for another episode. How you doing, my guy? How you feeling?
Oh, you already know. Busy. It's like I don't ever stop.
We gotta get you some Red Bull to start the show.
Bro, actually, they got this energy drink at Barron's. It's natural caffeine. It's pretty good, actually.
Okay, what's it called?
I can't tell you the name of it. It's like, I just grab it and go, but it's at Barron's. It's natural caffeine. It's supposed to be better than like Celsius.
Are you talking about Splice?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I've been seeing all them commercials. They said, we're back and we're healthier now. And I've been wanting to try it. I haven't tried it yet.
I don't know. This one, I just know it's natural caffeine, but because even though like Celsius is gluten-free, this one, it don't sit in your gut like a Celsius does. Yeah, I guess
I can dig that. But other than shopping healthy at Barron's, what you been up to, my guy?
Working, photography. It's like, what was it? Shot the fashion show this weekend.
That was at Omerta, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And what happened? Friday, ended up in Ontario, a little karaoke spot. Well, it wasn't a karaoke spot, but they did karaoke up there. Shout out to them. And Sunday, I was chilling. Okay. I had a cool week and weekend. You was there with me. I don't want to talk about who the guest was yet, but I shot a pretty big interview last Tuesday. It was dope.
Yeah, I appreciate you again, my guy, coming out shooting them pictures for me, man. I appreciate you. So yeah, that was fun. I've been working on the edits for that. I've been excited about editing that, and I'm gonna put that up the first week of first week of the NBA season. I mean, it's a basketball player, but I guess, put it out the first week of the NBA season. I'm still not going to say who the name is yet, though. But yeah, that was fun. That was really dope. Funny enough, I was telling you while we was there, I had been to that hotel before, but I didn't know that it was that hotel. Because I had only been to the bar, and the bar is called the Library. And so I went there after work one time and just got a drink. And then so when I pulled up to the hotel for the interview, I was like, I've been here before, so that was dope. Other than that, man, I had a pretty chill week. My weekend was a lot of fun too. Friday just went downtown, had a drink, chilled out for a little bit. Saturday went to the game. That was really dope. Saturday was really dope, actually. Went to the game, and then with a new friend. Yeah, after the game, then went to Cielo. Hung out there for maybe 45 minutes, if that. Went and watched some TV and then went home, man. Yeah, but Saturday, no. And then actually after Cielo, stumbled into a open mic night at a comedy show. So that was pretty cool. Seen a bunch of whack dudes and a couple of funny dudes, but it was dope though. It was dope, so that was fun. Yeah, and then went got some food, watched a little bit of TV, and then went home. It was dope, man. Saturday was dope, and then Sunday, I don't remember what I did Sunday. I think I was just stay home all day on Sunday.
I was studying.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing.
I did a bunch of editing on Sunday too, actually. I still editing some stuff from the courtyard party. But yeah, just editing on Sunday. But yeah, I had a good week, man. I had a good week. I had a good week. It was a lot of fun. I had a good week. Can't complain. I was about to talk more, but I said
cool. That's cool, man.
Yeah. Man, I was about to say something else, but I'll leave that alone. Let's get into these topics, man. You know what? No, that was what I wanted to talk about when I was talking about the comedy show. It's a story I don't think I've ever told on the podcast before, and I thought about it after I left the comedy show. Are you familiar with the comedian Ari Spears?
Mad TV. I know him back from Mad TV.
Right. Bro, I actually had Instagram DM back and forth with him a few years back.
For over what?
You remember when the dude, I think his Instagram is CJ King or C King or something like that. But the dude with the dreads that does the Denzel voice.
Dude with the dreads?
The dude with the locks. I gotta stop calling them dreads. They don't like me. The dude with the locks.
They don't like to wear dreads no more?
Nah, because it's not a dread to have this hair. It's not like a bad thing. It's I've actually known that for a few years, and I've been trying to retrain my speech. Yeah, you're just supposed to say locks. I mean, it's their hair if that's what they want it to be.
I know, but I'm like, man, y'all got to come out with a list of this shit. I can't keep up, man. But okay, anyway, locks. But it's the dude on Instagram. He's been on Wildin' Out and everything. It's a dude. I don't know the dude with the. I know it's the dude with the fade that does. Well, there's a lot of people do the. You said Denzel?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he does it.
I can't.
He's probably the best one.
Is he light skinned, dark skinned?
Nah, he's probably my complexion, maybe slightly darker. Heavy set dude, got locks. Anyway, back in like 2018 or 19, dude first got popping on Instagram. And I said, you know, Aries Spears is known for doing impersonations, whether it's Denzel or Will Smith or whoever. And so when I seen dude, I think I left a comment and I said, oh, he got Aries Spears out of here, and I tagged Aries Spears.
Why would you do that?
Because I didn't think it was a big deal. I didn't think Aries Spears would respond to it, number one. And then I'm just tagging him because that's what I'm talking about. I didn't think it was a big deal. This dude, Aries Spears, got all in his feelings, brother. How he gonna get me out of here? I got a 30-year career and all this, that, and third, and da-da-da. I was like, bro, I just was talking about your impression. Of course I wasn't talking about your whole career. Bro, this dude was in my, y'all love other niggas. And this, that, like, he was going crazy, bro. And this is the dude who, like, be in interviews, like, talking about people, like, saying what he want to say, whether on stage or in interviews. He say what he want to say. So I definitely didn't expect him to be. I even said that, I was like, bro, you actually one of my favorite comedians, and you say what you want to people. I definitely didn't think you, of all people, would be in your feelings about what somebody said on Instagram.
He definitely seemed like the type that'll dish shit, but he can't take it.
Oh, he is.
See, especially when you're a comic, you gotta accept what comes with it.
I couldn't believe it, man. I've been a big fan of his for years. And like I said, he never struck me as the dude that would, like, see somebody say something about him online and I'll get all in his feelings and be, you his and all this and there like that.
Probably got time. That's probably.
But regardless, like, bro, you like, I don't know. I mean, like you said, you felt like I was disrespecting his career, but, like, why would you even take it that way? If you know you got this 30-year-long career and this dude just popped up on Instagram, why would you, like...
Yeah, that's true, too.
You know what I mean?
I'd been like, that's cute.
Like...
You can have it.
I lost... You know, it's funny. I wanted to... He was here a couple months ago, and I wanted to get tickets and sit front row. I don't expect him to remember me or recognize me. I would
have showed the message, like, let's talk about it 6 years ago.
And that's what I was hoping for.
That's what I do.
And that's what I was hoping for, because he's real good at crowd work. I was like, okay, if I sit front row, he'll start shooting at me, and I could easily be like, oh, you don't remember me, huh? And he'd be like, nigga, where would I know you from? And I could just be like, oh, I'm from Instagram, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? It's
crazy, because
I was definitely hoping that would happen.
Nothing like that, but I ran into one, Kevin Hart's, one of his homeboys, I think his name's Spank.
Spank is hilarious.
I seen Spank in the club in Hawaii. We snapped a pic together. Then I seen Spank at the club. This was like 2016, 2017, when he had popped off with one of his movies. So we snapped a pic. I seen him in San Diego. I think it was at Park. I was like, bro, you don't remember me, but we snapped this picture. And it was like, we just got to rapping. I think some of the dudes that he was with, though, they thought I was trying to be like on some goofy shit and getting the section. I'm like, bro, ain't nobody trying to be over here.
I could dig it.
I'm just talking about it.
I could dig it.
Yeah.
I met the dude, I mean, he's not like super famous like that, but he's famous on Instagram. He used to be on Tonight's Conversation. Richie Fontaine. Not Trip Fontaine with the light-skinned dude with the beard, but the shorter dude. Like, the glasses, he always real funny. He, coming out of Cielo one night, I think he was going up and I was coming out. And I was like, oh, you a comedian dude, right? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, it's dope to see you in Dago, bro. He's like, oh, I'm having a blast out here, man. Dago fun. So, yeah, that was dope. And actually, Kev on Stage. You know who Kev on Stage is? Yeah. I ran into him downtown one morning. I think it was like either Saturday or Sunday morning. I was walking to my car and he was jogging. I seen him. I was like, Kev on Stage. He was like, what's up, man? I was like, what you doing out here? He's like, oh, man, my son got a soccer tournament. So he was just out catching the jog before he went to his son's soccer game.
No, I seen Clifton Powell. I met Clifton Powell.
Really?
In Hawaii. We was at this spot. It's called
Pinky from Friday.
Modern. I think that's what it was. They might have changed it. But anyway, what's so funny about that, he real down to earth. The only people that recognized him was black people. Like, I never forget, he was trying to shoot his shot. I'm not going to tell her too much, but he was trying to talk to this white girl. And she was like, who is he? I was like, that's Pinky. She's like, what's that? He over here, bro, like, bro, I was like, bro, I got you, fam. I had been drinking. So I was like, bro, I did Pinky. She was like, what's a Pinky? It was just funny because it just, you have some actors that are black famous, and then you have some actors that are just famous. But in that moment, he was black famous because nobody else knew who he was. They didn't even know none of his roles. But he real cool, though. He real down there.
I'm trying to think right now if there's anybody. Is there a celebrity you met that you kind of like got a little starstruck? He was like, dang, that's really him. Or that's really them. I don't think I have.
Not starstruck. I think as I got older and I started seeing people in real time, you kind of, as I met Gary Owen, but I went to his comedy show. He was cool. Yeah, I can't think of nobody it's specifically that I was like, oh snap, like, because I think looking at it now, you think of it like, bro, these people chilling. But then I have seen some. I ain't gonna name names because they still come out here. Like a few artists, not from San Diego, but like well-known artists that come to San Diego, and they kind of be on some uppity shit. And it's like, you ain't had a single since Jesus was around, and it's like you acting way too. Oh, when I remember the Nene song.
Watch Me Whip?
No, Watch Me, not that one, but the first one, Watch Nay, Watch Me Nay. They only had like that one song, the Nene song. But anyway, I seen them folks one time, they was performing, and they was acting like they was so famous. I'm like, bro, you got one song. They was supposed to perform at a certain time, and they was like, well, we gotta wait, it's not safe. I said, bro, ain't nobody in here trying to really see y'all for real. You got one song. Who really, like, you not that famous, bro. Like, stop acting like...
I don't think I ever really got, like, starstruck. I was tripping out the first time I met Baron Davis, because I've always been a big fan of his, the basketball player. I met him in L.A. at the Drew League. That was real dope. I actually got to, really just shook hands and said what's up, so I don't really say met, but I got to, like, meet Nipsey. But like I said, he just walked out the store, said what's up, and shook our hands and walked off. So it's not really like, but it was still dope though.
I dabbed up Sway Lee one time, but that was in the club. That wasn't nothing.
You know, it's not like she wasn't famous. When I lived in LA, you remember the New Boys? I met a girl at the mall that I guess used to date one of them, and I'm talking to her on the phone, and she told me, she was like, yeah, I used to date. I forget his name. Let's say Ryan. She's like, you know Ryan? I was like, no. She's like, what, you don't? I was like, no. She's like, from the New Boys. I was like, oh yeah, I know the New Boys. She's like, yeah, he's the so-and-so from the New Boys. She was like, yeah, I used to talk to him.
I'd be like, and you don't talk to him no more?
I was like, oh, okay.
You know, that's funny.
She was like, don't act like that. I was like, yeah, I think I'm done with her.
I got a story. So when I used to live in Hawaii, you know the UFC fighter Max Holloway.
I heard the name.
So he's from Hawaii. He's from the West Side. They got different sides, right? I think he's from the West Side. Anyway, never knew about him till we went to this club. It's called District. It's over there in Honolulu. And when I tell you the amount of men that was fanboying over this guy, bro, and it's a different type of vibe in Hawaii. So like when we was in the club, mind you, I don't know who he is at this time. You got men, not women. You got men coming to me and my homeboy. You see Max Holloway up there, bro? Yeah, we went to school together. I'm like, I don't give a damn. And then one dude was like, yeah, me and Max Holloway, we was best friends in high school. I said, well, apparently y'all not friends no more because you not in his section with him. And he was just like,
that's nasty.
Brother.
Ew.
I did go to the Weeknd concert. I didn't get to meet him, but to see him perform in real time, because I'm a big Weeknd fan, thought that was cool. But
I felt that way when I got to, I went to the On The Run tour. I've always been a big Jay-Z fan, so seeing him live was like, yo, this is dope. This is dope.
Yeah, but I can't think I got a fan. Like,
I think as a kid, it was certain people I would have, that if I would have met Michael Jordan as a kid, if I would have met Emmitt Smith as a kid, Michael Jackson, like it's certain people as a kid that if I would have met them, I'd have been tripping out, but like as an adult, like the older you get, the more you just realize that people like us, they just real talented at something. They just regular people. There's regular people with an extraordinary talent, so it ain't like like, oh, they really right there. Like,
and as somebody who don't like to be bothered by ignorance and just ignorant ass people, I could understand how like if you chilling eating with your family or something, ain't nobody, you know. But you know, some people don't care. But,
and I'm not trying to compare myself to any celebrity at all, but the more popular I've gotten, like it helps to understand why celebrities like don't really want to speak much and why they keep things so short. Because like just from like whether people like see me from like an interview or the podcast or like they see like my basketball content, people really like come up and speak to me like they know me and like I know them. And it's a trip. A lot of times it's a trip. You just be like, oh, what's up, bro? I just play like I know him. Like, oh, what's up, bro? And I just like keep it like that. But I could definitely understand why, like it's some people be like sitting down eating, and like somebody come up and want to shake hands. It's like, bro, I got a fork in my hand. I got pasta sauce on my lip. You think I'm trying to talk to you right now, bro? Like, go about your business. You know what I mean?
See, for me, it's not. I'm surprised at the people that don't really come to be like, you know who you are type shit, but like people who still remember me from the block party, or like people who know me from taking pictures, because like people don't really, like on social media, people don't really pay attention. Like they don't say shit. So you really people think I've been places where people like, oh snap, you did. I'm like, oh, you pay attention to that? Or they be like, oh, I remember when you said such and such. I'm like,
yep.
Oh.
And for the record, I'm grateful. I don't make it sound like I'm trying to be it's
cool.
like, I'm grateful. Every time it happens, it feels dope. I'm just saying it is kind of strange sometimes when people are like giving you like the big dap hug and like all I don't want to say all over you, but like greeting you and speaking to you like y'all go back 10, you know what I mean? Like y'all go back, like y'all really know each other. It's a trip sometimes, but I am grateful though. Like I am grateful.
You know what's crazy? Not to that, but it's interesting how people perceive and they pay attention to stuff you say. So I'll use the block party for example. So one time when I first started, I said something on the mic. I ain't gonna say it was too explicit on here, but I said something kind of raw, because when I'm in the mood, I'm gonna say something, I'm raw with it. So I said it, and Mike and all them are man, as y'all know, like him and the MC at the time who I was taking over for. They was like, bro, you can't be saying that, bro. You gonna get us canceled, and people, you gonna upset these women, and da 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 da. So like being new to the MC game, I'm like, man, everybody hate me now. Da, 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 da. Bro, when I tell you the next block party, women, grown women. Boy, you so crazy. When you said, boy, you better stop or you get snatched up out here.
I promise I'll bleep it out. I gotta know what you said. It ain't gonna be in the podcast.
I said it like that.
That ain't that bad.
No, but I was like, I say who?
Oh, okay.
But you gotta think, like, I don't think they had ever seen somebody so raw, because I'm the type person in anything. I make sure I'm always aware of what I say, but if I see something and I'm like, I see where I can go with something, I'm gonna take it there.
Right.
But then, sometimes you be like, did he really just say that? But I'm fully aware, like, oh yeah, I said that. They be like, you can't say that. I'm like, but I saw the reaction. But like I say, like, it was one of those, it fit the song, because Trey Songz was playing. And I'm like this here, because you've been at them block parties.
Yeah.
Women will be butt naked, everything will be showing, they'll show everything and claim to be a child of God. Everything will just be hanging out. And then you let that fly. Then I say something real, but we can't have that. But this woman had her tongue out with doing all this freak nasty on the stage. So like, I'm looking at it like, I'm gonna go there. But in the end, like I said, it was just to that. The reason I say all that was just like, it's interesting how I was like, oh, people probably ain't gonna rock with me. And you had women who they said I was offending.
They was the main ones remembering.
They was like, boy, you better say that, boy, you better stop, or you get kidnapped. I'm gonna kidnap you. One girl was like, girl, I'm about, what she say? She was like, boy, your cute ass, I'm about to put you in my trunk. I said, so I guess you just never know how people gonna perceive.
You make hosting look so much fun. I don't think I could ever do it. But bro, you make it look so fun.
It's honestly, it's been a journey, because when I first started, shout out to Short Dude, that's what I came up under, but like, Short Dude, him being older, he was very structured, and I'm not structured. I had to find my rhythm, but it was kind of hard because, especially being in San Diego and not being from here, some people don't take to you being an out-of-towner, and then being country, like I might say some country shit, to my country people, we know it's love, but here, like, I was at Phantom one time, and I made a joke about being light-skinned. I'm light-skinned, and light-skinned people, dudes got mad at me. They said, we ain't on no soft-ass shit out here. And I'm like, nobody said you was soft. It was like a Drake song, and I said, look, I think I said something about light-skinned dude, we gotta get it together, we gotta bring it back. Drake making us look bad, but and it's like, really just one day I just had to wake up and be like, look, you know what? I'm gonna say what I want. Cause I know I'm never gonna say nothing derogatory or disrespectful. I'm never gonna talk down on the city, or I'm never gonna talk, like, if I see you in the crowd, I'm never gonna be like, oh, weak ass, da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, I got one more funny story. It was a white dude. This was at the block party. I was up there hosting, and it was this white dude. He was like dancing with these black girls, women.
Typical.
And all I said was, what did I say? I said something. I said, my boy Jerry over there got that jungle fever in him, right?
I remember when you said that.
Bro, he came up to me later that night, bro, and I swear to God, he said, bro, the way you gave me a shout out with the jungle fever was awesome, bro. I love black women. He said, I love black women. He said, bro, I got all of them, everybody. My name's not even Jerry, bro, but I'm Jerry tonight, bro. And he was like, but that's the stuff I like to do. Like, I like to hype. Now, it has kind of not gotten me in trouble, but there's been times where, like, I'll be hyping up a woman, and then she thinks that's her cue, like,
to go crazy.
Oh, he want me.
Yeah.
Like, I remember this girl was trying to get on stage one time. She's like, can I come on stage? So I don't care. She comes on stage, and I'm still da-da-da-da-da. And I'm with Isabel at the time, too. And my homeboy was there. So Isabel and my homeboy, they just staring at me. And I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? The whole time, the girl doing this move, trying to get me to
body rolling.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, you thought I would. So I kind of I pay attention to that. So,
and see, I've been single for the longest, but I'll say it like that, I've had the wherewithal to not ever like dance with nobody like on the steps or on the stage. And a few have tried. Like I told, I think I told it on a podcast. Like I was standing in front of the stairs, not the last courtyard party, but the one before that, and a girl like pushed me down on the steps and tried to like give me a lap dance, and I was like, whoa, I almost like tuck rolled and ran out of there. I was like, I'm never gonna be that nigga. But yeah, like I'm never gonna like on the stage or the steps, even if I'm standing up. Like it looked like too much or something.
Yeah, I mean, unless like even in a relationship, it's like, because I always be thinking about who recording, and it's not even like if you're in a relationship, like being in a relationship, that's not saying I'm embarrassed, but it's just like I don't like that unwanted attention, especially like if you single. I just don't like if she getting down, like with the get down. We do that on the dance floor. We ain't got to do that on stage. Everybody looking, because I'm like, what y'all looking at me, you know?
Right.
Cause that's the first thing they want to do. Oh, they being nasty. Just like I was at Camel's, and back that ass was about to come up, but all the old school players was in there. And just to show you how crazy I take it, I say, all right, if you're on that heart medication, you might want to sit your ass down. And then one old school was like, shit, I'm good, baby. I swear he was like, baby, I'm here. He say, my heart ain't never gave out. I ain't no weak bitch. I was like, oh shit. So, but no, that's hey man.
Like I said, Diddy freak offs. I'm glad you said that. That's a good way to segue into our one of our first topics.
Let's go.
Your boy Diddy, Mr. Freak Off himself. He got 50 months, which is about what, like 4 years with time served.
So what he only doing?
He go do 3 years. I think he already served a year, so I think he got like 3 more left. How you feel? You think that was fair?
No.
Think you should have got more or less?
I think Diddy was a distraction. I mean, he definitely, they had footage, they had witnesses,
He only got found guilty of prostitution. So, like, the racketeering and all the other stuff.
I'll say this, they giving pimps, like, football numbers for prostitution. None of it's right, but I'm saying, like, you see every day.
Well, I think the difference is, like, he wasn't pimping anybody out. He was hiring prostitutes.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think if you're the pimp or the madam, then that's when they're going to really come get you. But if you're hiring prostitutes, maybe it's different. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I don't know. I mean, they got him. But like you said, he a celebrity. So he probably, he'll do his little time. He'll come back, and then everybody. What I notice about society, when people do these type of things or whatever. Everybody's mad, and then once they get out, people forget about it, and then they go back to their regular, like, Buddy just wasn't doing what he was doing. So, I mean...
So you think you're going... But before we go to that, I think the sentence was like... I think it was fair. I don't think it was too much, too little. I think it was fair. I didn't like... If I would have heard he got like 10 years, I'd be like, for what he got found guilty of, I'd have thought that was a little heavy-handed. I mean, I guess I would have understood it.
But I guess knowing
the feds,
knowing who Diddy is, like hearing stories of him and stuff. I mean, obviously we wasn't there, but just like hearing like people talk and like seeing the videos and knowing his past, like people telling me, obviously it's two sides to every story, but it's like, yeah, he probably could have got more time. But
could have for sure.
Being a celebrity, I'm sure that played some sort of a role.
Speaking of him being a celebrity, when he comes home, do you think he goes back to business as usual? You think he kind of lays low? He could do like Russell Simmons and move to Bali? Like, what you think?
He probably gonna act like he'll probably come out. He gonna find God like everybody does when they do some crazy shit. He gonna find God. He gonna name him, say Papa Diddy Pop, or give him another nickname that we gonna forget about, and then everybody's gonna forget what he did.
Papa Diddy.
How he beat Cassie ass and did all of that, and then he's just gonna go back to being Diddy, I think.
See, I don't think so. Like, he's like, no Diddy is like our actual term now. And so I think people are gonna care more about like the stories about like him like rubbing semen on his nipples and like hiring male prostitutes. Like, I think people are gonna care more about that than they're gonna care about the prostitution thing.
I think, yeah.
The prostitution thing. I think they're going to care more about his sexuality and him beating up Cassie than they're going to care about the prostitution thing.
I'm sure that they'll probably, like I said, he'll come on, find God, cry a little bit on the internet.
When you say find God, you think he's putting out like Christian music? Like, what do you mean?
No, like, you know how it happens, like, I found God and, you know, I just had to get right. It's almost like a script if you pay attention to, like, when people do dirt, when they do wrong, they do this crazy stuff and then they find God and then they cry on the internet and everybody's like, oh my gosh. And then either they're doing it behind the scenes again or they go right back to doing what they was doing, and then it's like, I don't know. We'll see. Society is it's very interesting because people pick and choose when they want to be mad, and I think it goes back to like, if it doesn't affect me, I don't really care. That's how I think a lot of society's thought process is. So like, if Diddy ain't do nothing to them, what he did was wrong. But I'm saying, like, I think some people look at it like, well, I wasn't there. He didn't do that to me. So whatever.
If he put out some good music or made a good movie, would you check it out?
I never was a fan of Diddy. Like, being like, honestly, he had like a couple hits, but like,
okay, let's say like he had a hit TV show, Making the Band. Let's say Making the Band comes back and it's a hit. Like how everybody was talking about Love Island, everybody's talking about Making the Band. Would you watch it?
No. I just never was a fan. I mean, that first Making the Band, that was just a humiliation thing.
Yeah.
He just was humiliating people for record deals, like like going to get cheesecake and just doing all this. Like, it's just for ratings. Like, it was a humiliation thing. And not looking at it, but looking back at it now, it was just a humiliation to see what are you willing to do to get this record deal. How much can I belittle and embarrass you? And it kind of shows like I don't know them people and I don't know their situations, but then you find out years later they was like Diddy was Diddying some of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
as it stands now, I couldn't support anything he did. Yeah. I will say though, like if he came home and he like was like really like outwardly showing that like he's changed and he's trying to be a better person and that he's trying to right his wrongs, I think over time maybe I could, especially what I've learned about what was going on and Cassie's involvement with it all. Like R. Kelly, he's somebody that like no matter how much forgiveness he tried to get, like I'm move around, bro. I can't support you. But Diddy though, now he did put his hands on that lady, and that's never okay. Like that's never okay. But I'm saying like if he came home and was remorseful and regretful and it was believable and he was trying to do that. He was giving money to certain organizations for domestic violence or whatever. He's doing all the right things. I think over time, I maybe could support him, but off the bat, definitely not.
See, I don't know. Just looking at him, I just don't see it.
Oh, I don't see it either.
No. What I'm saying,
I don't see him
hearing people talk about him, because like I said, it's it's one thing if let's say granted, I don't know him, we don't know him, but let's say you know somebody and they say, oh, this person a snake, and maybe 3 people say it's snake. But then once you start getting into the numbers of 20, 30, 40, 50 people, there's got to be some sort of truth to it. It could be a lie. Mm-hmm. But then you start paying attention to how this person move, and then you start going, and it's you start rewinding all them clips of with Justin Bieber and Usher and some of the stuff he was saying when he was on that Ciroc. It's oh, you freaky.
Yeah,
you freaky
and been freaky.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. He'll probably, him and TDJ.
See, yeah, you're right. I was more so just thinking about the Cassie stuff. I wasn't thinking about what he may or may not have done to or with Justin Bieber or Usher when he was underage. So yeah, I couldn't support him.
And it's you just.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because this would have went out. People were what, nigga? I'm glad.
No, but I'm just saying, I said, you don't, and none of them have ever spoken about it. Well, Justin Bieber, I think it's in his music, but I'm you look at these clips. And it's crazy, and that's part of as we get older, we go back to the stuff we saw in the early 2000s.
Right there in our face.
And we was oh, ha, ha. And then you look at it, you're oh, man, you freaky. You was grooming these people. You was being a monster.
Usher is on record over a decade ago talking about how when he went to live with Diddy when he was 15, 16, how Diddy had grown women in there, and Usher was partaking in seeing stuff he shouldn't have seen as a teenager. So red flag should have went up off the bat when we seen Justin Bieber hanging out with him.
Well, yeah, that's part of you see in the industry. It's it goes back to the script. You hear these people oh, they sent me to go live with such and such for X amount of years. I'll tell you this, if I was that age, my mom would be hell no. And if not, we going. We going to live over there.
That could have been Bow Wow's story. He got discovered at a corrupt show, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because they
and they brought up, bro. They told him they signed him to death row. Mm-hmm. He's from Columbus, Ohio. Signed him to death row, moved him out to L.A., and he was staying in L.A. with one of Snoop's background singers or dancers or something like that.
See, and
without his mom, just 5 years old, just staying in the hood.
And that's the thing. You just always wonder, because you hear these stories, right, of celebrities and things happening to them, and they call it Holly weird and all this other stuff. But you really think the average person, I know your mama and my mama wouldn't just, oh yeah, go have my son. And then you think about it, but it's different times. But then you take that, and then you see how they act now, and then that's when stuff starts coming out. Oh yeah, when I was 6, I got exposed to this, or this happened, or this happened. You're wait a minute. What, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro.
I'm the same way now. How my parents was. Granted, my kids are only 9 and 5, but they're not going to nobody's house without me.
No, that's fair, because
they definitely not spending the night nowhere.
Yeah, because nowadays you don't know. I don't have kids, but my mom won't let me go nowhere. My mom will let me be in the Boy Scouts. She said, "You don't know what that camp counselor doing." So, being a kid, right, 5, 6 years old, your mama done put this image in your head, you don't know what them camp counselors doing. So when I hear my friends, I'm in the Boy Scouts, I'm I wonder what that camp counselor doing.
See, I did Boy Scouts, and my troop was through our church, and my mom was one of the people that was
but a part of the troop. She worried about everything. But I'm just saying,
I don't blame her. I don't blame her. I'm like that now.
As a kid, so when everybody be I'm in the Boy Scouts, I'd be I wonder if the camp counselor,
if the camp counselor was touching them kids, man.
Because you just,
goodness gracious.
And it's so scary because you hear these stories where it's the people you would least expect. So the person that you oh, I let them stay with them and they never do nothing. They look out for them. They the ones doing all of the inappropriate stuff. So it's so scary because you really don't know people like you think you know people. Mm-hmm. And it happens in families, it could be friends, it could be neighbors, like, and especially now,
there's predators everywhere.
Predators everywhere. They kidnapping kids. They social media. It's like, it's so scary right now. I feel like in the times we live in right now, it's so scary to be a kid, because if it's not on the internet, you got to watch out what's outside, and then they doing it now
on the Roblox game.
They do it on a Roblox game. You can't even whoop your kids no more. They take them away, and then they getting situated wherever you take them to these foster care. The foster care people doing it, and it's like people adopting these kids for money, then they abusing them.
Yeah, that's been going on for a long time.
And it's just one of those things. It's like all y'all. It's just scary, bro. Like I see a lot of these crime shows and these stories. I'm like, it's so scary. Like, that's one of the reasons why I don't want to have kids right now. I don't want to bring them into this world right now, because it's so like, one, as a parent, you're very censored in what you can and can't do. It wasn't like the 90s and the 80s and when we was coming up. So now it's like, you really got to be careful, because let's say they snatch your kid up. Now the system got them, and now the system is doing more harm than what you was doing, and it's like, it's just scary,
bro. As a black man raising two young black boys, so much paranoia comes with that, bro. Especially like my oldest son, he's 9 and he's autistic, and like he can get like a little aggressive when he's agitated. And that's all I think about. He like has an episode outside, and somebody doesn't recognize or understand that he's autistic, or doesn't recognize what he's going through, and they just treat him like some young black man that's going crazy in the street, and they just deal with him how they deal with him. Like, bro, that's a paranoia that I live with every day. And I'm sure, like, I think about that with my younger son. He's only 5. And I'm sure my parents probably thought about that with us. But I'm saying, just like, the day, like, back, like, times have always been crazy. Like, times have always been crazy, but just like we were just talking about, like all like the different predators there are, and then just all the stuff you got to think about and deal with, like.
It's hard. It's hard with society. Yeah. I mean, like, and that's the one thing. Like we talked about, me being biracial, having a white father and a black mother. I remember when I was 5 years old, my dad, he sat me down and he was like, "Look, you biracial, but being black, you gotta move smart. You gotta be careful. Racism is coming. Things are going to happen. Like, you have to pay attention and understand." And a lot of people, he told me that at a young age, and I've told people that, and they're like, "Why would your dad do that? He's white, and why would you? No father should tell you." But I'm like,
smart man.
He understood it, and he told me. He said, "Look, everybody doesn't think black and white should mix. People don't believe in interracial. Not everybody does. So we do, obviously, your family does, but when you get out to the world, everybody don't think like that." And honestly, I think that's some of the smartest advice he could have gave me, because it kind of just, I treat everybody individually accordingly, but it kind of helped me navigate through life, especially being biracial, because being biracial is hard. Because growing up, it was hard, because where I grew up, white people didn't really rock with you like that, and black people didn't really rock with you like that. And there wasn't a lot of mixed kids. So now you confused, because you like, don't nobody rock with me, but there's nobody like me. So then you're like, what do I do? So then you start navigating, and then it becomes a matter of, okay, if I go to the black side, the white people say I'm too black. If I go to the white side, the black people say I'm too white. So then you kind of got to navigate, and then, like I said, through life. But then as you get older and mature, you start figuring it out, finding out, and you, like I said, it goes back to treating people on an individual basis. But yeah, it's hard. And I could only imagine raising 2 sons. I mean,
obviously, like, both my parents are black, so I never had to deal with that. But I think the only thing I could really compare it to is, like, growing up in church. But even, like, in that, my parents, like, my dad was always, like, stressed to us, like, just be yourself. Like, you ain't gotta pretend to be anything that you're not when you're at church or when you're not at church. Like, just be yourself. So, but I knew there were times, not at the church that we grew up in, but there would be times when we'd be at other churches where, like, you could tell like some of like the ministers' kids or like some of like the pastors' kids at other churches felt like me and my brothers were like too hood or not like churchy enough for them. But then there's times when you just outside on the street, and because your parents raised you to speak properly, people think like that you're not that like, oh, y'all go to church and y'all speak all proper and this, that, and the third. It's like, well, I don't think I speak the way I speak because of church. I think I just happened to be born to a minister, and my parents taught us to speak well. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah,
I had to learn that.
That's probably the only thing I could compare it to.
Cause like growing up in the country, talking country, like if you were black and you didn't talk country, we thought you were trying to be bougie, upper crust. You trying to talk proper, but it wasn't until I left home.
You said upper crust?
Yeah, upper crust. Because the people back home, they were trying to do that. Uh-huh. But then you move, and then like I said, you meet somebody from up north, and it's like, oh, this is how up north people talk. This is how people from the West Coast talk. This is how people from the East Coast talk. Mm-hmm. Midwest. So like, and that's part of growth. Like you start learning like, okay, this is just who you are. But like I said, growing up where we grew up, if you was trying to say like, being from the South and say you trying to talk like somebody from California, you be like, what's wrong with you? Mm-hmm. You trying to be what? You know, but then like I said, you grow up and then you get around like, oh, this is how y'all talk. Okay, mm-hmm. I get you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the more you live and you learn. Because like I done met people that like, I think we might have talked about on the podcast before, they feel like because we were from California, say our ERs and our INGs, that we like talk like surfers or like it's like no, like that's just how we talk.
Some of these podcasts, like I be watching, they be roasting y'all because I don't know, man. Like I rock with y'all, bro. I really do. But what is it like? It's just I don't even know. It's that twang. Like you can just tell it, Cali. Like. Well, I say Southern California because it's just that slang, like. But then they say the same thing about the South. Because, like, when I tell people I'm from Florida, some people say, well, Florida ain't the South. I'm like, we'll go talk to your mama about that because Florida is the South. Up north is just country compared to Central and South. But, like, some people thought I was from Atlanta. I've heard Alabama, Atlanta. Somebody said Louisiana, which I was like, no, they got their own. I love y'all folks from Louisiana, but like they got their own slang. I like the way they say their words. Like when they be like, "This my little yeah, my little yeah."
You just gotta learn the more you. And if you've never like hung out with anybody like that's from the country or like spent time, like it's easy to like hear one and just think it's all the same. But nah, you just gotta learn. You just gotta learn. Boom. Speaking of learning, the teacher that's supposed to be just teaching, helping the kids learn at the school. White teacher sang a happy birthday song to a black student. She sang happy birthday. And then she asked the little boy, his name is Legend, which is a dope name. Actually, I got a little cousin named Legend. One of my cousins named his son Legend. Legend Carter. Such a dope name. But anyway, so the little boy's name is Legend. And the teacher sang happy birthday to him. Was like, you want to hear my version of happy birthday? I'm thinking she finna go into the Stevie Wonder joint or something. Like, happy birthday. I'm thinking she finna go into that. She sings to this little boy, happy birthday to you. You live in the zoo. You look like a monkey and you smell like one too. White teacher. That's only 3 black kids in the class.
See?
Thoughts on that?
Oh, if that would have been me, my mom would have been at the school in a heartbeat. Somebody would have got...
You think you would have picked up on that? Because the kid looked like he was like first, maybe second grade.
Growing up where I grew up, yeah.
Okay.
Because I experienced racism at a young age. I experienced when I was 5. I'm about to share some real... I ain't told a lot of people this.
Okay.
Except, like, some people in my inner circle, but I remember growing up, I was 5 years old. I was in kindergarten. This little boy I went to school with, he looks at me and he goes, you know, you can only date black. That's all you'll ever be good for. I'm 5, bro.
The little boy was 5 too?
Yeah.
Wow.
The fact that he knew, but like, so I'm saying it started young.
Yeah.
So like, if I was in first, second grade, I would have, because like I said, growing up that and being taught and understanding, like, yeah, that's young, and I know in this new generation, like, they don't need to know, but like, and you can only imagine, like, when our parents grew up, it was worse and then worse and worse and worse. But, like, oh, no, my mom would have been at that school quick. Mm-hmm. Because, honestly, I feel like this. whether you, regardless of black, white, Asian, whatever, right? You're not blind to what's going on in the world,
right.
Unless you live under a rock, or unless you foreign and you really don't know what's going down here. Like, what do you think is going to come of that? Mm-hmm. You already know the stereotypes. You know cancel culture is real. They canceling people for stuff that ain't even cancel worthy.
See, bro, that's why I feel like she was just tone deaf, bro. Like,
but see, why would you send it to the monkey? First off, you sing.
That's why, like, why
you call a little boy a monkey, and then you telling his black mother, "Hey, I called your son a monkey. Happy birthday, monkey." Like, bro, what?
I feel like I'm saying something to you that you already know, being half white. But it's some white people that truly just live in their own world, and they really don't understand what's outside of their world. Like, bro, when I was in granted, it was only 05, 06. I graduated high school in 2006, and it was my senior year, so it had to be 05 or 06. And myself, my brother, and one of my friends, Jesse, shout out my boy Jesse, he's in Arizona now. We were telling our quarterback, who I actually just ran into downtown, I ain't seen him since I graduated high school. We were telling our quarterback, who's a white boy, his name is Evan, we were telling him something about how, like, when we used to walk home from middle school and go into 7-Eleven, the people working in 7-Eleven would follow us around. And, like, we would, like, get stereotyped and stuff like that. And Evan, with a straight face, like, he's a friend of ours, like, rode in his car, like, hung out at his house before. He's a friend of ours. Looked at us with a straight face and was like, come on, bro, racism doesn't exist anymore.
See.
And he's looking at it because I'm a white boy, I'm not racist, I have black friends, I love black people, so it can't be. And he's thinking about his world, his siblings, his mom and dad, his grandparents and aunt and uncles who probably aren't racist, because all the white people in his world aren't racist. And so he's just looking at it as, it ain't like that no more, until he has black friends that tell him, like, no, bro, you're not like that, but we still get treated like this, very much so. So I'm saying that to say, this white lady could very much just live in her own world and not, I think it's kind of far-fetched, but I do think it's possible that she really truly just lives in her own world and didn't see the harm in singing that song to him. Otherwise, why would she send it to his mom?
I could see that.
The only answer to that is she just wanted to play in their face.
I could see it could go from both sides, because we don't know the lady personally. We don't know. I mean, she might have a black husband. We don't know.
Yeah, true.
She might like black men.
True.
Or women.
True.
You know, you like what you want. But I'm just saying, like, growing, like, I have seen people, because I love having these talks, because everybody's not racist, but racism does exist.
Right.
Not just with black people. White people there's racism towards white people.
I agree with that.
Asian, everybody. But, like, the people, same like with you. I've had people say, that's not true. I'm like, that's not real? And then you got to ask, okay, then what is it then? And none of them can tell, oh, they're just doing it. And then once you break it down, you break it down, and you break it down, they're like, oh. So I think some people are tone deaf, but then I think some people are also, like, it goes back to, it's all good till it happens to you. Mm-hmm. And I think for a lot of people, regardless, black, white, whatever, it's all good till it happens to me. Now I'm upset. Now I want everybody to be mad. But just the other day, this happened.
You're kind of leaning to my point. I think that was the situation with this lady.
I don't know. I gotta know.
I think she truly didn't know that it was wrong for her to do, and she found out the hard way. I truly believe that.
Where she was from? Wisconsin?
Let me see.
Where they from?
I think it was Florida.
It's always my state, bro. No, she definitely knew that. She definitely.
I think it was your state, bro.
She must have been from overseas in the Middle Sea or something. Because Florida, you already know. It's always some shit in Florida, though.
Tampa Bay News.
Rather than.
She does. Yep. See.
Tampa Bay News.
It's always Florida. Shout out to Florida.
Y'all crazy.
Florida, stand up.
Y'all crazy out there.
I always say that. Honestly, man, it's just one of them things. It's tasteless.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I have friends from all different groups, and as cool as we are, I don't play in their face. They don't play in mine, because I feel like, too, even if I think it's harmless, I don't know your triggers. Now, if you bring it up and crack a joke, I'll be like, well, you said it about yourself. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I think, too, I feel like some people, from my personal experiences, They always gotta throw. There's been some people they gotta throw a little racism in it.
Mm-hmm.
They just gotta throw it. But you know what pisses me off too? When black people do it. Like say like, I don't like when I'm in a room with other groups of people, and it say like only 2-3 black people in there, and one of them gotta bring up a stereotype.
I hate that, bro.
Like, let's just say the old played out watermelon joke, right? Don't nobody give a damn. Everybody eats watermelon. The watermelon, they say so black people, but watermelon is more of a southern delicacy. Black people eat it, white people. If you from the South, you eat fried chicken. You eat watermelon. That's Sunday dinner. You eating all that stuff that's clogging up your arteries. That's why we all jacked up now. But I've been in spaces where the black dude be like, oh, yep, we gotta get the watermelon. I'm like, bro, shut up. Because what you doing, I don't know if you trying to just your little icebreaker, but now what you're doing, you're basically saying,
you're tokenizing yourself.
Let me tokenize this. Let me bring it to light. And now you as somebody who doesn't know anything about black people, well, he said it, so now I can say it.
Exactly.
And then it just keeps it going because I was about to say this, your ass decided, let me get the elephant out the room. But like, it's not necessary. Like, but you know what's crazy? White people do it too, though. Prime example. Me and my boy Rico, shout out Rico. We was in Culver City. He was DJing a softball.
I used to live in Culver City.
He was DJing a kid's baseball game or whatever, and I was on the mic. So this white lady walks up. And she's like, "Hey, can you play something from the Bay?" And we was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah, my husband's from the Bay." Okay. He was in the bathroom. We don't even know, we don't know who she married to. Rico was like, bet, I got you. She proceeds, yeah, his white ass thinks he can dance, but as white people, we don't have it. And I'm like, we didn't say that. I didn't say that. You said that. And it's like, I don't know why you said that. Because we wasn't looking at you like, you just had to play the song. We was going to play the song. That's what you want to do. But it's like, I don't understand what people, it's like people would be like, let me get the stereotype before you say it. And it's like, I wasn't going to say it.
And a lot of times they don't even be realizing like what they're doing. I remember in high school, I got spoken about, I played football in high school. The banquet at the end of football season I'm one of 2, maybe 3 black people on the team. 2 for sure, me and my boy Jesse. I think the one dude came and I think he left the team. So we're at the banquet. My family's sitting close to Jesse's family. My boy Josh, he probably wouldn't like him, but it was him and his dad. My boy Josh and his dad, his family, they're sitting close to ours, right? And just coincidentally, his dad is sitting like right across the table from my dad. And out of nowhere, Josh's dad just starts talking about some of the best fried chicken that he's ever had. And I know Josh, and I've met his dad and talked to his dad before. I know his dad ain't racist. I know he doesn't understand what he's doing. He just thinks he found, it's a black man. I know black people like fried chicken. He found some common ground to, you know what I mean? I know he's just trying to find some common ground and have a conversation. But you don't realize like what that sounds like or what that's doing. It's like, bro, I literally, very smart. I could talk about anything. I don't have to talk about watermelon or fried chicken or football. Like I could literally talk about anything. You know what I mean? But yeah.
But I think also too with that too, I think sometimes it's really not racism. Sometimes, like you said, sometimes
like that situation with his dad, I don't think that was racism.
They see somebody,
they trying to relate.
Yeah, maybe like I said, like being from the South, like they say everybody from like Louisiana, black, white, Asian, whatever, they all Louisiana.
You know what? What do you think of this? I seen a video on I still call it Twitter. Seen a video on Twitter today. No, I think it was Threads. But anyway, it was a white girl, and they said she had a blaccent. Let me see if I can find it. Forget like what she was saying. She was something like, listen, if I'm talking to this dude, and like I said, I ain't going back to him, and I go back, and my homegirls ask me what I'm doing, like, just mind your business, like that. Like she if you close your eyes, you would not know it was a white girl. And I'm just looking at all the comments underneath, and everybody saying like she got a blaccent, and all white people that have a blaccent are racist. The one girl said like all white people that have a blaccent are racist. I don't care what anybody says. And I was like, no, because I've met some white folks that have grown up in the hood or just around black people, and that's just who they are. That's just how they talk.
You know, it's crazy. My cousin's wife, mama, she Chinese, but she grew up in a black neighborhood, went to a black school, and it threw me off. I went home for their wedding, and I never met the woman before, but when I first met her, she was like, "What's up?" Da, 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 da. And I looked at my cousin, I was like, I know this heifer ain't trolling me right now. Because I'm thinking she trying to be funny. So then I sat back, and then I started seeing how she interact with her, because the girl, she half white, half Chinese. So I'm seeing the mama interact with the white, the Chinese, and the black. And I was like, oh, this you. But, and it's true. Like, it depends on where you grow up. Mm-hmm. You got some people that's fronting. They do. You got the ones that kind of, them chameleons. But that part about being smart and mature.
Listen to this girl.
If I told you, this one to my homegirls. If I told you I stopped fucking with him and you check my location and I'm at his house, what we fucking do? If I told you I stopped fucking with him and you see us out to eat, you see his name pop on my motherfucking phone.
She was like an English teacher, bro.
I can't leave him alone.
She sounded like Lotto.
This one.
Yeah, just turn that. Look at
that. She definitely. Oh Lord.
Let me turn the sound on so you can see with it.
Out to eat. You see his name pop on my motherfucking phone. What do you fucking do, bitch?
She definitely wear them sandals to the club. She that girl that wear them sandals.
I'm like, bro. When I see that, I'm like, listen. Either she worked on that for a long time and has it down pat, or bro, that's just who she is, fam.
Because some people, and that's the thing, like, you really don't know unless you know the person. But like, too, I feel like let people be. Like, if that's what you want to be. I seen a video where this white girl, she had braids, she had box braids. And all the black girls, women was coming forward like, you can't have box braids, you can't do this, and you can't do that. And then one girl replied, but you got my hair in your head. Straight like that. And like, my thing is this. At the end of the day, bro, whatever you got going on, that don't bother me. Mm-hmm. If you wanna wear black clothes and do all that, I don't care. The only problem where I got an issue with is when you talk down, regardless of who it is. Like, you can't be a part of the culture and talk down on the culture, or steal from the culture and talk down on the culture. Like, that's why I draw the line with any and everybody. Like, I don't care if you had them braids, them things make your head hurt anyway. So if you want to walk around with a headache all day, that's on you.
See, I'm kind of a contradiction with that, because I was about to say, I feel like anybody can dress how they want to dress. Like, nobody can police how you want to dress, or really even how you want to speak, honestly. But I do feel a way when I feel like it's somebody who gets to like partake in our culture and or benefit from it when they don't do anything to help or give to it. You know what I mean? But then I also think about, like, for years, all I wore was Vans. Like, I wear I think they call it the up-tempo Vans. And I ain't rode a skateboard since the 6th grade.
Yeah, I mean,
am I appropriating the skateboard culture by wearing the Vans?
Depending on who you talk to.
So exactly, and that's my point. And so it's like, and that's why I said, like, you can't tell nobody what they can and cannot wear, just like you can't tell anybody how they can and cannot speak. I mean, unless they're using derogatory terms, that's one thing.
I think,
you know what I mean. So it's like,
it's kind of like you wear Vans, but you saying you a skateboarder. Now you flagging, as we say in Florida, meaning like you're saying.
I know what flagging means.
But I'm saying, like, I just say it in that sense of saying, like, you wearing Vans and you're telling everybody, oh, I'm a skateboarder. You're not a skateboarder, but you pretended to be a skateboarder. Then it's like when a real skateboarder checks you, you kind of ask for that. But, like, you just wearing Vans, nobody should.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm just saying, like,
that's fair.
If you want to wear whatever hair in your head, wear it. I mean, I'm like this. That's something you got to deal with. So, like, when people get upset, like, oh, they're stealing from the culture, they're doing this, I'm like, I don't care. If they steal it, let them take it to wherever they from, and then everybody gonna get it. But I think, you know, like,
everybody borrows everybody's culture.
they do.
I just have a problem when like you
take from it and you don't give back. Or
yeah,
you talk
or
down.
you wear it as a costume.
Oh, I see.
Like, if that's like who you know, if that's how you choose to identify, then that's how you choose to identify. And again, nobody could tell you how to dress or how to speak. That's how you identify. But when you come over here and like you dress like this for the party or to fit in with these certain people, but then when it's time to go to work or when it's time to go to church or when it's time to do this, that, and the third, you take but we all code switch though.
Absolutely.
Like we are like I speak a certain way with my friends than I do when I'm talking to a client. Like we all code switch. But I'm saying like putting on the whole like black or African American costume when it's convenient for you and then taking it off when it's not. That's what I don't have. That's what I like.
Black people do it too. Black people, bro. I knew this dude, bro. You would have thought it was like night and day, bro. He would get around us, he'd be like this. He'd be like a little Dr. Umar. And he get around everybody else, and then he was Chad the Surfer. Like, it was to the point where the switch was so, like, I had to ask him. I'm like, bro, who are you? I don't care which. If you want to be Chad, be Chad. If you want to be Dr. Umar, be Dr. Umar. But your switch is so just far-fetched. Like, it's so just out there. Who are you, bro? Because I need to know. You know, so, like, I don't know, man. I think, too, be who you want to be. You got to accept what comes with it. But like, I don't think anybody has the right to tell somebody who they shouldn't, what they should and shouldn't wear. But you also got to understand, whatever you wear, culture or not, it's gonna come with something. That's like,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Like I said, I stand by it. Nobody could tell you what to wear or what to say. But I also feel like, depending on who you are and how you were raised and where you come from, there's also certain things and you just shouldn't want to do and certain things you just shouldn't want to partake in.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't have to explain to you. I mean, it's different. It's a greater extreme. But nobody should have to explain to anybody that's not black why they can't say the word. It's like,
yeah, it's like
why would you even want to say that word? You know what I mean?
Like saying. And
that's much more extreme than the way you dress, though. So I do recognize that.
I see people like they try to push it, then they try to justify it, and I'm like, why are you like, why? And then they try to say, my thing is like using the N-word. There's a guy, he's a rapper from here. I can't think of his name. Yamamoto. He made a whole song about it. But it was about using all racial slurs, but the name it was the N-word. I'm like, why you gotta use that? Why you couldn't use your own slur? Why you gotta use our slur? You know what I'm saying?
To grab attention, which is
and see, this is my thing. People will say it's all about bringing people together, but then you not even black, but you using the black people slur. Use your own slur if that's what you own. I don't think you should use any type of slur, but you trying to spread awareness, you go to our slur. Use your own slur.
Well, because ours is the biggest and the scariest, so they know if they say that one, it's going to grab everybody's eyes and everybody's attention, and that's going to get them the clicks and the views or the attention that they was looking for.
See, and then whatever come with that, so you better be ready. I don't care what that. We don't condone anything negative around here, but you put it out there, you got to accept whatever come with it. But, yeah.
I was about to say, I kind of wanted to hit this last topic that it's no longer a crime when your kids miss 10% or more of school. But yeah, let's get into it. So back in 2011, Kamala Harris passed a law, made it where parents could be criminalized for if their kids miss 10% or more of the school year. It's been that way since 2011. Gavin Newsom just overturned it a few days ago. And so research has shown that a lot of the kids that have been missing school has been, because they haven't had a stable place to live, they've been homeless, or they haven't had a stable ride or like food, or like it's been some like real like serious issues that have kept kids out of school. So that's been the big reason why they've overturned it. And so they've been trying to fix those problems within families and communities rather than just putting the parents in jail, which I think is dope. Because I remember you know, my parents was always dope. Like, all we had to do was look like we wasn't feeling well and say we wasn't feeling. They'd be like, all right, stay home, like, whatever. But I remember, like, hearing from moms, like, no, you better go to the school. Then people ain't finna come lock me up because you ain't going to school. I remember hearing that.
That's wild.
I remember hearing that. And so now that it's like, it's not a thing. Now, granted, like, there are going to be people that abuse that. Like, knowing now that they can't be locked up, they're like, I don't care, stay home. Go on Friday, whatever. Like, there are going to be people that abuse it, but I think by and large, I think the change is good. What do you think?
I think it is, because like you said, you don't know people's situations. Mm-hmm. And just by you locking somebody up, that doesn't fix the problem. That mm-hmm. just puts like a covering over it. Mm-hmm. Because like I said, why is this child missing school? Mm-hmm. You know, and it goes back to, what are we really trying to accomplish? Are we trying to make people better? Or are we just trying to get rid of people? And I think that's, you know, I think that's good. Especially now. The way these prices are, you might want to leave your child at home. Shit, you got gas prices, food prices, you can't even buy eggs anymore. It's like...
it's true. I was thinking, with me, I'm so forgetful and just be like, man, it ain't that big a deal. Well, my kids never miss school, like, just to stay home, like... Because my kids, actually, if my kids ever said they didn't want to go, I'd be like, all right, my nigga, just stay home with me. I don't care. Like, I'm, whatever. Not all the time, but luckily, like, I'm blessed. My kids really, really enjoy going to school. Like, my younger son woke up with a stomach ache today, and I tried to keep him home. He's like, nah, let me go. And I ended up having to go and pick him up because his stomach was hurting. But I'm saying that to say, even when my kids have, like, doctor's appointments and dental appointments, or, like, we go out of town or something, and I'm supposed to call them at the school, no, like, oh, yeah, my kids is out of school. I don't ever do that. Like, I never do it. So I could easily, like, have a bunch of dental and doctor's appointments or go out of town, and it could equal 10% of the school year, and I could get a phone call or get a knock on the door like, hey, yo, come with me. Your kids ain't been in school. That could easily happen to me because I don't ever call the school.
You know, back in the day when our grandma was in, they didn't go to school. They was working.
Yeah.
Back then they had a jizzle.
That's facts.
It's, I don't know, man. Like, times now, it's going back to, it's just scary now.
How so? What do you mean?
It's just so easy to getting locked up.
Oh, for sure.
Like that.
For sure.
Being a parent, it's kind of scary being a parent.
Especially with ICE running the streets. Mm. They locking up everybody. It used to be just, I mean, it was never okay, but it used to be just the Hispanics. Now they rounding up black folks, and anybody that don't look just lily white, they rounding them up. It's crazy out here. My mom is so worried. Like, y'all be safe out there. Like, oh, man. Anyway, I don't even want to get into that. Let's get out of here before I start a whole rant on that topic. I'll save that for next week. But good, man. Anything on your mind? Anything you want to talk about? Any shout-outs, any events you got coming up you want to talk about?
Hold on. Let me see. Wow. We dropping this on Friday?
Friday. Every Friday, like clockwork.
I got to give a shout-out. Just one.
While you looking that up, my annual birthday kickball game is either going to be the first Saturday or the second Saturday of November. That's either the 8th or the 12th. I'm not sure which one it's going to be. My birthday is on the 7th, so I'm kind of leaning towards doing it on the 8th, just so it could be like, you know.
On November?
Yeah, next month, yep. But then my boy Jesse, his wife, my sister Tyne, her birthday is the 4th. And they're celebrating her birthday that weekend. And I really want them to be they're in Arizona, and I really want them to be in town. So I'm debating if I'm going to do it the 8th or the 12th, but be on the lookout. I'm going to do my kickball game, and I think I'm going to get an Airbnb and do like a game night, like a kickback that same night as well. So y'all be on the lookout for that. It's always a good time, man, my kickball game. This is going to be the 7th year me doing my kickball game. So, yeah, man. Pop out, come play some kickball with me, man. Plenty of food, plenty of drinks. Good times, and then we're gonna had a game night afterwards.
That's lit. I'm gonna do two things. So this Saturday, shout out Anne Marie Brunch and Behavior. We're gonna be in Temecula with it. Y'all pull up. It's always a good time.
I was looking at that flyer. What day is that?
This Saturday.
I might slide on that, bro. I was looking at that flyer.
Bro, don't sleep on Temecula. Don't sleep on Inland Empire, bro. I swear.
You gotta tell me.
One thing about it, some people ain't gonna like what I'm finna say, maybe, but like up there, they know how to party. They just
careful now.
Above it. I'ma say it. When it's time to show up, they show up. It's no questions. I'm just showing up to have a good time. Mm-hmm. And and that's so dope because I would love to see that more here. Like, it don't matter who's gonna be there. Just show up, have a good time. And if it ain't what you think, just go home. I know people like, well, I don't want to pay the money or whatever, but just like, in order to grow as a city, you gotta show up.
Facts.
And one thing about them, they're not really deep into the party scene. They trying to build it up, but like them folks show up, bro. They do show up, and it's like I said, if you pull up, it's gonna be a good time. I don't remember Black Magic, DJ Black. He used to do the. He gonna be there. His country ass. He gonna be there. We're gonna have a good time. And then 2, gotta do a little bit of promotion. Photography. If anybody needs some work, bro, holla at your boy. Headshot.
One of the best in the city, right there.
Events, promos, brandings. I'm trying to tell you, let's work.
Let's get it.
We really trying to work, so yeah.
True. Y'all hit me if y'all need some video photography work too. He already did his. I ain't gonna step on that, but yeah.
No. He do the video. Yeah. Do the video.
I think I'm good to go, man. It's been another episode of the Ain't Got It Yet podcast, episode 103. I'm Michael Flix.
And I'm Red.
We out this thing, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.